Howdy champs, my name is Mohit and people. Today I'm going to talk about snippets in Dreamweaver. What exactly are snippets? Snippets are very simply put reusable chunks of HTML or JavaScript codes that you can use over and over again. Once you create and save them, you can use it as many times as you would want. Then they become available to you in future. And there are so many snippets that are pre-built, inbuilt with the Dreamweaver itself. Okay. Then how do you actually access the snippets panel? It's very easy, people. All you need to do is go to window and go down out here where it says snippets, or else you can notice that I'm using the classic workspace, people, my favorite. And next to the files tab you have the assets tab, next to which you have the snippets tab. And if I were to examine the snippets area, there are so many snippets that are actually pre-built with Dreamweaver. Let me show you an example. I'm inside the body tag and this was snippet out here which inserts a comment, a development node basically. We'll come back to this a little later, but up front I'm going to create a snippet. I'm going to save it so that that code becomes reusable in future as many times as I would want. Since then it becomes a part of Dreamweaver. Okay, it's actually saved permanently inside Dreamweaver then. Alright, so this is the snippets area, people. I'm going to go down right at the bottom. Okay, and give me a sec. Okay, I'm going to right click out here and I can either create a new folder in which I can push in my snippets, or I can directly create a new snippet. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it HR because this snippet of mine is going to insert a horizontal rule, a double horizontal rule actually, and in the description I'm going to say okay, I'll tell you why this got inserted. Simply because this was highlighted. Give me a sec. This was highlighted. That is the reason why it got auto inserted. I'm going to redo the whole process again. Okay, give me a sec. So right click, say, in fact making sure that it's not selected this time, new snippet. Okay, call it HR multi-colored or a multicolored double rule or a double line. Okay, the snippet time up front I'm gonna keep to insert block. I'm gonna go back to wrap selection method 2, but initially we'll talk about the insert block option. And then I have a code that I wrote just a minutes ago for you. Okay, I'm gonna insert it out and then I'm gonna talk about what exactly this is. Okay, so we have the opening HR tag out here with the style attribute set to margin bottom -6px. I'll tell you what this means. When you set the margin bottom to -6, whatever is at the bottom of the first HR is going to be pulled up. It's actually a second HR below the first HR that's going to be pushed up by 6 pixels. That's exactly to reduce the space between the HRs, which is actually substantial. I've put a negative value for the margin bottom property. Okay, I've used the color attribute. You hardly ever see the color attribute used ever. Okay, you have to use it in style, inside the style attribute. But with the HR, you can use the color attribute. I've set it to red. The align attribute I've set to center, and the width attribute I've set to 60%. Okay, I've repeated the same process with the next HR or the next horizontal rule, but I have not used the margin bottom because I wouldn't want the next element to be pushed up. So basically, what this code is going to do is it's going to create a double colored line that's centered across the page at 60% width. Okay, so notice out here that the preview types are either design or code. I'm going to show you both of them one by one. Let me go to the design view first. Let me select this radio button and then I'm going to say OK. And notice, people, this is the preview window and you can actually see the two horizontal rules. Although they are not colored at the moment, they will be once I actually push them inside the body of the HTML document. So this is the way the preview actually appears when you select the design view. But let me just edit the same thing and select the code preview type this time, and I'm going to say OK. Notice that the the double horizontal rule is actually replaced by the actual code in the preview window out here. Right. I'm going to leave it as is now. And now, before I actually insert the horizontal rules, strictly speaking, these are horizontal rules inside the body of the document. Let me briefly discuss the body of the document. We have the doc type declaration going out here with the HTML tag, which I've actually collapsed. Okay, I've used this option, people. In fact, this option, collapsible tag. Okay, to collapse this bit of code. It was looking messy and ugly, and used to just cramp the area too much. Just want to make everything look neat and spaced out. We have the head tag going out here, head closes out here, we have the meta tag out here. Okay, we have the title going out here, opening closing style tags out here with the type attribute. We have the body opening tag out here with 2 paragraphs inside, people, and between the 2 paragraphs I'm gonna push in the horizontal rules. We have the body closing out here, the HTML tag closing out here. I'm gonna make sure that my cursor is blinking is between the 2 paragraph tags, people. I can either drag and drop the code snippet, I can hit the insert button, or else I can simply double click, which I'm going to do so. That inserts the snippet inside the body of the document, to be precise, between the paragraph tags, and you can actually see that it occupies 60% of the total width, and this is the way it actually looks like in the live view. People, I'm in the live view. If I come off and see the way it actually looks, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, this is not the real view. The live view is actually the real view, and this is the way my snippet actually looks like. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna create one more snippet to make things even more clear to you. So I'm gonna right click out here, I'm gonna say new snippet. I'm gonna call this snippet marquee, and description will move whatever is inside all around. Okay, or whatever. Okay, but this time the snippet I'm gonna select as wrap selection, and we have 2 windows now instead of the one window that was following the snippet type option, insert before and insert after. Okay, so where it says insert before, I'm gonna push in the marquee tag with scroll amount attribute set to scroll amount, means by how many pixels should it push every time there's a tick. So I'm gonna say let's push it by only 1 px. Okay, but the scroll delay, which is always in terms of milliseconds, people, the default is 85. I'm gonna set it to 10 only. I find the 1 and 10 values for scroll amount and scroll delay really create magic. Looks really cute. I'm gonna set it to 10. Alright, I'm gonna close the marquee tag out here. I could have inserted many more attributes like direction, loop, etc., but I'm just keeping things simple, and where it says insert after, right, I'm just gonna close the marquee tag like so. That's all I would want to do. Scroll amount 1 px, scroll delay 10. Okay, so in after every 10 milliseconds, which is a tick, please move the chunk of text or an image or a div or whatever by these many pixels. Okay, now the preview type, if I set it to design, it will not make any sense, because in the design area you won't see anything moving at all. I'm gonna set it to code, and I'm gonna say okay. You can actually see the code appear in the preview window. Okay, but this time you need to make a selection. I'll tell you what this actually means. I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna push in my name, for example. I'm gonna select it. Okay, making sure that the marquee is selected. Okay, I can double click, and people notice that insert before gets inserted before Mohit Manuja, that is my name, and insert after gets inserted after Manuja of my name, Mohit Manuja. So this is the other variation through which you can actually create your snippet. I'm going to go out here and you can actually see that the scroll amount 1px, scroll delay 10 milliseconds, that is not mentioned actually, goes real slow, but then it's not jerky. I've experimented with other values. The marquee can sometimes be very jerky. All right, so people, I've showed you both the variations through which you can actually create your snippets. Now I told you that I'm going to also discuss some ready-made snippets that Dreamweaver actually provides us. I like the one that's provided inside the folder comments. See, you have the CSS JS style multi-line comments out here. You have the HTML multi-line comment out here. Let me show you the HTML multi-line comment out here. Let's go back. Let's be out here. Let me push in some bit of text. Okay, and let me select it first. I'll tell you why did I actually make a selection. It says wraps an HTML comment tag around the selection with a line break. Okay, just double click out here and see what happens. That some bit of text has now actually become, let's destroy this, has actually become a comment, which means it will not be executed or shown on the body of the document. It just remains like a comment. Alright, so that's one cool thing. And let me show you something else. See, let me come out here between the opening and the closing style tags, and then let's insert an IE only conditional comment. See, actually this shouldn't be going inside the style tags, it should be going after the title tag out here. Okay, so notice that I've pushed in an IE only conditional comment, which actually means that if the browser that the user is using is IE6, use a specific CSS file only. I'm going to show you what this actually means. Use the link tag, people. Okay, with the type, give me a minute, with the relationship attribute set to a style sheet. Okay, and the type attribute set to text /CSS, and the href is actually going to point to the CSS file set to IE6 only style sheet .css. Close the link tag up. Now what will happen if the browser is IE6, which is actually trying to open up the web page, this specific style sheet, IE only style sheet.css, is gonna get applied, not any other style sheet that is actually created for non-IE6 browsers. So this is the way you can actually use conditional comment. Let me show you another example of conditional comments. Okay, now this one works for non-IE browsers. It actually says if, see, read out here, it says inserts an IE conditional comment that causes the code inside to be ignored by Internet Explorer. So all the browsers will obey this but Internet Explorer. So what I can do is I can just copy the link tag from here down out here, and the only thing that I need to change is the href. So I can say for non-IE browsers.css. All right. So people, I'm sure you have understood how efficient these snippets can be. The ones that are actually built inside Dreamweaver are the ones that you can actually write yourself. It becomes a permanent part of your software that you can use over and over again. So people, I hope you found this information quite useful, and I also hope that you'll keep coming back for more. You have a good day. Bye bye. Peace.